4-point victory at Converse, and a 76-73 victory at North Greenville. Lost one to Belmont Abbey on January 15th and won one against Erskine, 73-61. So the Patriots have won 3 out of their last 4 contests. And we're not going to keep our hopes up. I'd never say die. And this, I believe, I was talking to a dear friend of mine who happens to be the former dean of the School of Business here at Francis Marion University and also the former dean of the School of Business at UNC Pembroke. He just stopped by the scores table and we talked for a little bit, and he told me that this is a trap game. And I hope he is correct. I hope the Patriots can find something here to slow down this juggernaut, which is this UNC Pembroke Braves team. Patriots have had a little bit of turnover this year. And last week, freshman Jonah Pierce was named All Defensive Player of the Week, having a great freshman season here for the Patriots, and I hope he's going to be a staple here for years to come. Jonah is the 210-pound, 6'8" center forward position out of Sanford, Florida, and keep your eye on him. He's number 15. He'll be a kid to watch. When we go to the other side of the bench, there are just so many people that can hurt you from an offensive standpoint from the Braves team. You've got Jordan Ratliff averaging 16.5 points a ball game. Spencer Levi averaging 15.5 points a ball game. Terrell Kirk, 13 points a ball game. Dion, I believe it's Marion. Let me double check that to make sure I get that young man's name correct. Yes, Marion. So Dion Marion, he averages 12 points a game. So they've got 4 of their starters that score in double digits, which is huge in this Conference Carolina. Once again, both of these teams were in the Peach Belt Conference last year and moved to Conference Carolina this year. And I'm so glad that UNC Pembroke came along with Francis Marion, because it's been such a great rivalry for 20 years or even longer, the history of Francis Marion University and University of North Carolina at Pembroke. So let's go ahead and take a look now at our starting lineups right now. First of all, for the Braves, coming in at 16-1, they've got a 6'4", 175-pound freshman guard from Greensboro, North Carolina, number 0, Trenton McIntyre. They've got a 200-pound, 6'6" senior forward from Augusta, Georgia, number 4, Dion Marion. Coming in at 5'10" and 185 pounds, a junior guard from Gibson, North Carolina, we've got number 11, Jordan Ratliff. A 170-pound, 6'4" senior guard from Whiteville, North Carolina, number 12, Tyrell Kirk. And rounding out the starting 5 for the UNC Pembroke Braves, we have a 220-pound, 6'7" senior forward from St. Louis, Missouri. I've seen this young man play for 4 years up there. Their second leading scorer. The head coach for the Braves is Drew Richards. Did I even say it's number 14, Spencer Levi, was the young man from St. Louis, Missouri. Their head coach is Drew Richards. His assistant coaches are Dory Hines, Corey Hendren, Leighton Kentwell, and Dylan Anderson. The athletic trainer for the Braves is Joey Tamburo. Now let's take a look at the starting lineup for our Patriots. First of all, at guard, a 190-pound junior. He's 6'2", from Tallahassee, Florida, number 1, Tion Rollins. We also have a 180-pound, 6'1" freshman guard from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, number 4, Jose Benitez. At 6'2", 184 pounds, a junior from Columbia, South Carolina, coming in at a guard, number 12, Matthew Lee. As I mentioned earlier, we have a 210-pound, 6'8" freshman from Sanford, Florida. He's in the middle, number 15, Jonah Pierce. And rounding out the Patriots starting five is a 215-pound, 6'7" freshman forward from Sao Paulo, Brazil, number 34, Nick Silva. So the head coach for our Patriots is head coach Gary Edwards. His assistant coaches are Jacob Zedner and Brandon Funk. Our athletic trainer is Trevor Hess, and the manager is Dominic Orico. So coming in this evening, the Patriots are going to be wearing their home whites. They've got blue letters and blue numbers with red piping, blue trim on the shorts. And they're wearing their shooting sweats, but it looks like the starting lineup for the Braves, they're going to be wearing their away golds with black trim, gold piping. And we're just about ready to start this ball game. To start off with, we're going to be looking to get a lot of offensive production from Jonah Pierce right off the bat. Nick Silva is a born scorer, so he likes to take it to the basket when he gets the ball. We'll see some playing time from Nijah Jordan. A good bit of time from Farid Sincere as well. And Johan Steve Yegba, also for the Patriots, will find major minutes coming off of the bench. The players are taking the floor now. We're just about ready to start. Patriots need to really clamp offensively early on in this ball game and not let the Braves get out running. This season, the Braves' margin of victory is 18.6 points per game. So they're not just winning these ball games, they're blowing people out, and they're blowing out a lot of opponents, having played 17 ball games. So we're going to see Pierce in the middle. He tips it around. He gets over the top of Levi, and Patriots control the tip. Silva has it, looks inside. Pierce goes inside. He gets it in. Turnaround jumper, no good. Pierce tried to keep it alive, but the Braves come away with it. Marion works on Silva, gets the ball kicked away, and it stays with the Braves. UNCP will inbound the ball on the sideline. They get it in to Ratliff. Patriots playing some tight man-to-man defense. Silva, he D's up against Levi. Ratliff puts one off the iron with the shot clock running out. Silva comes away with it, rips the rebound away, and the Patriots maintain possession. Silva has it. Mishandled by Matthew Lee, but he corrals it, and now Benitez with 7 on the shot clock. He works in, almost got it stolen away. And Silva finally gets the ball off, and it's going to be a shot clock violation as the Patriots were working deep into the shot clock. Benitez couldn't hear the coaches screaming the time. And Silva had to rush a desperation three-pointer that didn't draw iron. So good defensive set that time by the Braves. And they come back the other way. Benitez got a little high with an elbow inside by number 12, Kirk. They were looking for a foul, didn't get it. And a high arcing right-handed shot was blocked away that time by Spencer Levi. But it stays with the Patriots, 24 on the shot clock. Benitez to inbound the ball. He was trying to get it inside to Pierce. Has to kick it out to Rollins. Now to Silva. Silva spins, goes down to the block. A lot of body contact, no call. But it will stay with the Patriots. Again, Benitez gets it over to Pierce. Pierce hands it off to Benitez. Quick hands, and the Braves playing some tight defense. They steal it away. It goes to Ratliff, who goes up strong, and Levi may have cost an and one situation. Rollins is going to commit his first personal foul, team's first, and we're going to see Jordan Ratliff at the line. Back iron, no good. Ratliff is an 80% free throw shooter, so a rare miss for that young man. It might be because of the color of the ball being so orange. A very orange ball today. And he knocks down the second one. Benitez between the circles. Rollins now. Pierce, top of the key. He looks inside, makes a move on Spencer, goes up strong, and they're going to get called for a blocking foul inside. That's going to be on Dion Marion.
Number 4, Dion Marion.
Marion thought he had good position. I actually did too.
At the left. Number 15, Jonah Pierce.
But Jonah picks up draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. First one's up and in. .55% free throw shooter this season. Defensive player of the week last week. And the second free throw, he ekes it over the front of the rim. So the Patriots with a 2-1 lead. 2.5 minutes gone in the ball game. McIntyre gets it to Levi on the deck, and Pierce comes away with it. Good defense by Jonah. Once again, Patriots get the turnover. Benitez between the circles. Very aggressive man-to-man defense applied by these Braves. Patriots having a tough time moving the ball around effectively. Silva gets it to the right side. Fade away and buries the fadeaway right elbow shot. Patriots with a 3-point lead early in the ballgame. Levi gets up underneath, deep, and it's stripped away by Benitez. Rollins goes up, gets it to Silva, who reverses the basket. And the Patriots get a bucket in transition. Kirk gets it over to Marion. Ratliff, he can bury that three right in your face. He puts off the front iron, no good. And Rollins comes away with a rebound. Skirts some traffic and gets it into the Patriots half. We're going to have a moving screen applied by Jonah Pierce that time.
Fouls on the Patriots, number 15, Jonah Pierce.
Pierce taps his head and says, "My bad." Almost 4 minutes gone in this one. Braves, Ratliff has it. Gets it to Marion. Marion picks up a high screen. He goes up strong and scores over Pierce. Good job. Good defense by Pierce that time, and a good job not picking up the foul, but a nice finish that time by Marion for the Braves. Rollins has it. He looks for the high screen. Still gets the screen for him. He hesitates and goes in strong with the left hand and finishes at the rim. Rollins with a nice move inside. Had a Brave in his pocket the whole time, but still found a way to score. Quick hands that time by Benitez. He goes, and a little miscommunication between Benitez and Silva. But that dead ball takes us to our first media timeout. The Braves and Patriots underway here. Not quite 5 minutes gone in the ball game. 8-3, Patriots up by 5. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Well, Coach Edwards cannot have asked for anything more out of this first basically 5 minutes of play here out of our Patriots. Playing very quick hands defense. Trying to get the ball to the basket and get some easy scores. Not quite sure what's going on with the Braves offense right now because they've turned the ball over a great deal.
Now for the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva.
So Silva gets tangled up with number 35, Nate Dunlop, who just checked into the ball game. Dunlop and Silva. They get it over to Ratliff. Inside. Dunlap for three, and he buries it. And Nate Dunlop has a little something to say to Rollins on that, Mick. Silva is still talking to Dunlap. Silva drives in. Turns around, fades away, off the iron, no good. Spencer Levi keeps it alive, and Dunlap comes away with the rebound. A nice delay by Ratliff, and he goes inside. Benitez gets it over to Rollins. Game tied up at 8. Silva gets it to Benitez, back to Rollins. Rollins for three, right side. That's going to be too strong off the top iron, and Ratliff comes away with it. Before he traveled, he kicked it away to Waverly, and now Dunlop for three once again. Side iron, no good, and Jonah Pierce comes away with it. Rollins gets it on the baseline. Gets the defender in the air, but has to skip pass out. Silva for three, left side. That one's going to be short as well. And Ratliff pushes it back the other way for the Braves. Inside. Levi goes up strong with the left hand.
By number 14, Spencer Levi.
Strong move. Just backing down Pierce, getting in a good shooting position and easily scoring. Backdoor cut. They get it in. And Rollins gets there. Jonah Pierce misses two point-blank shots. And so the Patriots did a great job of getting inside. 3 shots that were point-blank would not go down. Mid-range jumper, no good. Silva comes away with a rebound. That was Javante Waverly. Matthew Lee goes up softly with the right hand and ties the ball game up 10-10.
Matthew Lee.
Waverly has it in the logo, gets it over to Ratliff. Back to Waverly. High screen by Levi. Ratliff spins the other way, kicks it outside. Dunlap wide open three, and it rattles around no good. Kept around by Ratliff. Stole it away from Pierce, and they reset the shot clock, and Waverly kicks it out. Three-point opportunity. Kirk, and he knocks it down. So after they got that offensive rebound, the Patriots just could not quite find their defensive set. The Braves did a great job of moving them around and finally got a wide open three-pointer and buried it. Rollins picks up the dribble, finally gets it to Silva, 15 on the shot clock. Benitez now. Multiple substitutions at the scorer's table. Benitez kicks it out. Rollins for three. Shotsy, he knocks it down. And Rollins ties the ball game back up at 13. Waverly goes inside to Ratliff. Spencer Levi goes up strong and finishes again. He got really good initial position on Pierce, and when he gets it that deep, it's awfully hard to keep him from scoring. Rollins goes up strong. He gets fouled. Multiple possible offenders. It's going to be on number 14, Spencer Levi. And we'll see some free throws when we come back in just a moment. Patriots down by 2, but they'll be on the line. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Here we are back here at the Smith Center. 11 minutes and 13 seconds to go in this first half. Patriots right now going toe-to-toe with the number 1 team in Conference Carolina. 13-15 is our score. Patriots are going to shoot a pair of free throws. I couldn't tell if it was Rollins or Benitez. Looks like it's going to be Rollins going to the line. Rollins on the season is a 74% free throw shooter. Multiple substitutions for the Patriots in right now. We've got number 30 who just checked in, and that's going to be Johan Steve Yugba. We also have Jaleel Robinson, number 3. He's standing in the logo. And finally, number 13, Asante Turner. As the game is tied up once again, love the Patriots. They've gotten down by 2, by 3, and by 2, and have come back and answered each time in the last 3 possessions. Jaleel knocks the ball away. Rollins comes away with it. It's 3-on-1, and Silva can't handle the pass. And another Rollins to Silva miscue on a fast break.
UNC Pembroke, number 12, Terrell Kirk.
So we're going to see Terrell Kirk check back in for the Braves. Rollins D's up. Turner knocked the ball free, but Braves come back away with it. A hop step and then a back away jumper, no good. And Turner comes away with the rebound. Rollins brings it down. Turner between the circles. Robinson trying to establish position on the block. Turner spins and goes up with the teardrop. Front iron, no good. And they're going to be calling. That ball was off the Braves. So it will stay with the Patriots. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Rollins is going to inbound the ball underneath or on his own baseline. Having a little trouble. Finally, he goes over the top to Silva. Gets it in. Silva kicks it back outside. Rollins for three. Shotzi. He knocks down another one. And Deion Rollins with his second three-pointer of the evening. And looks like there might be an answer by Marion, and there is. The Patriots lost him, and he got a wide-open three-pointer, had plenty of time to stare it down, and he drains it. So 18-18, under 10 minutes to go in this first half of play. So 25% of this ball game is in the books, and it's all tied up. Turner. He gets it over. Inside, and a nice finish by Johann Steve Yebka. Marion gets it over to McIntyre. McIntyre gets fouled. It's going to be on 13. Asante Turner.
Substitution for UNC Pembroke, number 11, Jordan Ratliff.
We're going to see Jordan Ratliff back in. Number 11.
Checking in for the Patriots, number 12, Matthew Lee.
And Matthew Lee comes in, and Silva gets his first break of the ball game.
Checking back in for the Patriots, number 4, Jose Benito.
Also, Jose Benito gives Rollins a little bit of a breather. Jaleel Robinson is going to get called for
Number 3, Jaleel Robinson.
the blocking foul. Got a little bit too physical right there at the midcourt stripe. That's his first personal foul. The Patriots now have 5, only 2 for the Braves. The ball's on the deck. They kick it around. And McIntyre tried to make a quick cut and put his foot on the sideline. He's going to come to apply some pressure. Turner has it. Gets it to Benitez. Kirk picks up the defensive duties. Turner now has it for the Patriots between the circles. Hand check. High screen by Yegba. They get it inside, and another nice finish.
Johann Steve Yebka.
That's that pick and roll made so effective by Carl Malone and John Stockton. A lot of physical play on the inside. They finally kick it out. Marion has it. He goes inside. Good defense by the Patriots. And finally they get a shot off. Back iron, no good. And some hard work. And McIntyre gets the basket. Patriots are putting in a lot of hard work underneath the basket. Just could not get that ball to get into one of their possessions. Benitez with a nice crossover. Kicks it out, but he lost possession, and McIntyre is going to be fouled by Yegba. Slowing down the pace.
Media timeout.
And so that's going to take us to a media timeout with the Patriots up by 2. Braves have the ball when we come back after this minute. You are listening to the Patriots Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is a fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Just a reminder to everybody that we've got another pair of games coming up this Saturday, January 29th, where Erskine comes into town. Our first game will be the women's tip-off at 2 p.m. The men's will tip off around 4 o'clock, sometime after the women's matchup ends. So about 20 minutes after that, 25 minutes after they're finished, we will tip off men's action. Patriot women coming off a huge victory this evening against UNC Pembroke, a team that had beat them by 17 points right when we came off of that 1 month break for the holidays. And it was a different team this evening for the Patriots for sure. Some wonderful basketball played in the paint in that ball game, both by the Braves and by the Patriots. Start and stop, kick way out to Ratliff, and he takes the wide open three, no good. And Jonah comes up in between three Braves and comes away with that rebound off of the miss by Ratliff. Nice position that time by Pierce. Skip pass, Rollins has it. He takes the three off the front iron, no good. It's bounced around. Benitez couldn't quite get to it. Ratliff comes away with it. He looks to drive, goes in, and Silva pulls the offensive foul. Ratliff was coming in strong. That's his first personal foul, team's third. We're going to see number 10 check back in for the Braves. That's Javante Waverly. Some full court pressure now being applied once again by the Braves. Not trapping or very aggressive, just slowing things down a little bit. Rollins gets it over to Lee. Pierce has it, top of the key, looks inside, doesn't like what Silva was doing in there, so he kicks it back out. 10 on the shot clock. Rollins gets a backdoor cut to number 12, Matthew Lee. And the Patriots slow getting back on defense. And a nice pass to Spencer Levi. Patriots were lollygagging just a little bit. And a good look by Ratliff over the top. Easy basket. Goaltending called on Pierce. We're going to see Dunlap back in.
Back in for the Patriots, number 30, Johan Steve Yepka.
Dunlap and Silva still in a smack-talking contest over there. Official was talking to them just a moment ago. Silva gets through the defense and gets dunked on. And Silva won the war of words that time with a dunk. And then Dunlap trying to answer back. Back iron, no good. Levi and Lee collide. They're going to call that one on Matthew Lee. And that's going to put Spencer Levi on the line to shoot 1-1 as the Patriots now have 7 team fouls and UNCB is in the bonus. Levi is only a 49% free throw shooter. And he has an opportunity to cut into this Patriot lead. Front end, the 1-1, no good. Pierce gets it knocked away, and we're going to see a foul coming the other way. It'll either be on Ratliff or Levi.
Fouls on UNC Pembroke, number 14.
It will be on Levi, number 14.
Substitution.
And that will be the 4th team foul on the Braves and the 2nd personal foul on Spencer Levi. Benitez trots the ball up the floor. Rollins now looks in. He goes down the right side of the lane and gets hacked on the arm by Ratliff, number 11. So Rollins will go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. So Jordan Ratliff picks up his 2nd personal foul. That's the team's 5th. Rollins on the line. He'll shoot a pair.
Allows the Patriots, number 1, Tion Rollins.
Tion, again, 74% free throw shooter, and that one rattles in and out, no good.
For the Braves, number 10, Javante Waverly.
Waverly back in for UNC Pembroke. Number 10. Second free throw's up and good by Rollins. Rollins has 11 points, leading the Patriots scorers. Marion. There was a miscommunication high to Jakari Gallen. Nice move inside, no good, but he gets the sweet roll. Rollins now. Slows things down a little bit. Patriots up by 3. And Silva had the ball stolen away from him, but he tries to wrestle with it, and one of the Braves kicks it out of bounds, so it will be possession to the Patriots. Lee gets it into Benitez, and the Patriots, with almost 5 minutes to go here, a little over 5 minutes to go, and another poke away. And a layup was missed by number 30, Jakari Gallen. And I think a little bit of frustration as he was hustling to try to get the defense or the offensive rebound. He picks up his first personal foul. That'll be the team 6, so the Patriots will be shooting free throws on the next Braves foul. A little bit tighter man-to-man, possibly going to trap out of it. Nope, they back off. And Benitez gets it across the timeline with 22 on the shot clock. High screen by Pierce. Silva now deep on the right wing. He drives in, quick hands, out. Three-pointer, Benitez, Shotzi, he knocks it down. Good drive and kick back out by Silva that time. Waverly. He gets it inside, goes up strong against Pierce. Too strong, and Pierce comes away with the rebound. But gets the ball knocked away on the lazy outlet, and then Benitez. This Braves defense, or these Braves players, it doesn't matter what side of the floor they're on, you have to be very deliberate in everything you do because they anticipate so beautifully, and they're getting into every passing lane. They are trying to steal the ball every time. So just like Jonah Pierce did there, trying to kick it out kind of nonchalantly, the Patriots paid for it. And McIntyre knocks down the first one. McIntyre, a 67% free throw shooter. We're going to see Bradley Haskell, number 3, check in for the Braves, and also number 3, Jaleel Robinson. Had Jaleel in class last semester in my statistics class, and he's a fantastic student athlete. McIntyre with his second opportunity here, and he buries it, cuts the lead down to 4. 4:18 to go in the first half of play. Benitez works it up against Haskell. Tight defense by this Brave squad. 13 on the shot clock. Silva spins to the free throw line. Turns around, gets it over to Robinson, who couldn't quite get it to go down, and we're going to have a foul on the interior. That's going to be on McIntyre, and that should put Robinson to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 opportunity.
Timeout on the floor. Media. Timeout.
Well, we'll get to see those free throws when we come back in just a moment. Patriots have a chance to add to this 4-point lead with 3:54 to go in the first half of play. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
3 minutes, 45 seconds to go in the first half of play. Patriots doing a very good job against this number 1 ranked team in Conference Carolina. They're also ranked 7th or 10th in the region, depending on what poll you look at. So Robinson will go to the line. They call it a 2-shot foul, so he does get a pair. He knocks down the first one. Jaleel is 7 for 11 from the free throw line and knocks down those 2. Marion, skip pass out. Waverly for 3, left side. No good. Silva comes away with a rebound. Finds the outlet. Benitez. And Benitez works it up the floor. Oh, nice move. Backstop and finger rolled. A beautiful spin move. Froze the Braves defender. Got him going in the wrong direction. Spun the other way and easily finger rolled it for the deuce. Patriots are trying to filter this Braves team to the baseline. They get him there and then steal the ball away. Benitez has to stop. Skip Rollins, deep 3. Shotzi, he knocked it down. From NBA action there, and the Patriots take an 11-point lead. Waverly goes inside. We're going to see Jakari Gallon. I think they were calling him on the body. He got all the ball, but... So Gallon gets to shoot a pair. That's Pierce's second personal foul, so a little bit of concern.
Substitution, UNC Pembroke, 0, Trenton McIntyre.
We're going to see Trent McIntyre come back in for the Braves. And also Johan Steve Yegba check back in for the Patriots. Gallon, a 75% free throw shooter, knocks down the second one. Patriots 37, Braves 27. A lot of hands and tripping going on. No call once again. Rollins gets the high screen from Yegba. He goes inside. Skip pass out. Benitez couldn't quite handle it. 13 on the shot clock. And they reset quickly. There's 10 now. Benitez gets it inside, and I believe they're going to call. That's going to be on number 12, Terrell Kirk. He was holding inside, bailed the Patriots out. The Patriots really couldn't quite get a handle on that offensive possession, and now they get to go to the line to shoot a pair. And Benitez knocks down the first one. Jose is 82% free throw shooter. Gives the Patriots back an 11-point lead. Second free throw's up. Front iron no good, and Gallon comes away with a rebound. Marion streaking in. Kicks it outside. Good movement. Outside by Kirk, and he drills it. Pretty decent defense that time by the Patriots. They did get a hand in his face, but good ball movement on the Braves, and even better shot by Kirk. High screen by Yegba. They switch off. Rollins has it. They like the matchup down there, or at least Yegba does. Silva, top of the key, and we're going to have a foul away from the ball, and this one is going to be on one of the Patriots. I didn't see it, but they're going to call Yegba with an elbow away from the ball. Not a smart play in that position.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 12.
We're going to see Matthew Lee check back in. Jaleel Robinson got a couple of free throws on his time on the floor. Some good defensive effort as well. And Lee's back out on the floor. Back iron, no good, and it hits the cable. So number 12, Terrell Kirk, can't get that one to go down. Again, there's some token pressure applied. This one by Trent McIntyre. Rollins has it. Deep on the right wing. Yegba, handoff, Benitez. Silva, he drives inside, goes up softly with the right hand, iron no good. He gets his own rebound and goes up and scores.
By 34, Nick Silva.
Lead the ball alone, Silva, you scored. Lead the ball alone, you scored. Get back.
So they're going to call a warning on Silva for touching the ball after the made basket.
Back on defense, let's go.
Just over a minute to go here. Patriots up by 10. Marion works in, kicks it outside. Three-pointer, rattles in and out, no good. Gallon comes up with a rebound and gets the garbage. Jonas Pierce. Patriots lucky to save that one back in, but Pierce on the bench with those two fouls. We miss him inside. The ball's kicked, and it was kicked on the interior by one of the Braves players, so it will stay Patriots ball. There's a 16-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Patriots have 20 on the shot clock, and we've got a 30-second timeout called by head coach Edwards. He was being rather adamant about that.
Scheduling update coming up on Saturday, January 29th.
So let's go back to our scheduling.
Center will host Erskine.
This Saturday, we've got a doubleheader action starting at 2 o'clock where both of the men's and women's teams will be playing Erskine. Come on out Saturday at 2 o'clock. Watch the women play. They're doing awfully well this season. And the men are really starting to come on as well. So come on out to FMU. And then 2 days later, on Monday, we are going to have an early start of only the men's ball game. There's only going to be a men's game, but they're going to start at 4 o'clock on Monday, the 31st. All right, we're back here. Silva has it deep on the left wing. He drives into the paint, fades away. Ball is off target. And now the shot clock is off. They go inside to Gallon. He loses control of the ball. And then a late call that time.
That was on the Patriots, number 12, Matthew Lee.
That's going to be Matthew Lee, and it will put Gallon on the line to shoot a pair.
At the line for the Braves, number 30, Shakari Gallon.
Gallon, a 75% free throw shooter, puts the first one in. Cuts the Braves lead down to 7.
Pembroke, number 1, Nigel Beardeer. In for the Patriots.
We've got a couple of substitutions, offense for defense. We've got Jaleel Robinson back in. Also, Pierce checks back in for the Patriots. Ball's up and good. So Patriots up by 6. Shot clock is off.
The Braves, number 10, Waverly.
Waverly just checked in for the Braves. Benitez has it now. Tight coverage by Haskell. 15 to go here. High screen by Pierce. 7 on the game clock. Robinson gets the ball blocked, but fouled by Verdier, number 1, with 0.4 seconds. Jaleel Robinson gets an opportunity to take 3 free throws as time has basically expired here. I think with 0.4 seconds, the only thing you can actually do is a tap in. So here come 3 free throws by Robinson. He gets the first one to go down.
No, that was too much rim. That was too much rim.
Jaleel has a couple more to go here. Next one's up, and it rattles around good. Robinson with one more. He back irons it, but took off from the free throw line. He knew he had missed it. So he got 2 out of 3 that time. Turning the lead into 8 at halftime. So a magnificent half of basketball for the Patriots.
42.
Very hard play. Very strong play by the Patriots. And for the most part, very smart play by the Patriots against this number 1 ranked team. As my former boss and the School of Business dean said before the game, this could be a trap game. I'm not counting any chickens before they hatch, but a very good half of basketball for this Patriot squad. 42-34 is our score. We'll come back in about 10 minutes and set the table for second half basketball action. This is the Patriot Sports Network.
Let me paint you a picture. All of the graduates, all of the faculty, all of the administration, all of the Board of Trustees is decked out in their regalia, their black robes, their hats, their gold tassels. It's just a most beautiful picture of a very formal kind of occasion. And here we march into the gymnasium, and the music is playing, and the gym is packed. And as we come in, and as you look up at all those people, you see families, huge families. You see not just mama and daddy and 2 brothers and a sister, but there's grandmama and granddaddy, there's the aunt and the uncle, they're the cousins, they're the next door neighbors. And you know why all those people are there? Because this is the very first one, the very first graduate. And I can guarantee you that when you go to that graduation, you leave with a tear in your eye. Because it's so, so special.
The desire and the love to take care of people is something that you kind of have innate. You kind of just have that thing. But Francis Marion gave me the principles, and they taught me the core values. They taught me leadership qualities, and they've just been foundational and offered a family that I can keep going back to. So even though my personal biological family didn't go to a university, and I didn't really get any experience, wisdom from them for that, I gained a family that could tell me all about college and even the afterlife of college by coming to Francis Marion. And I'm not sure you would have that with, other universities. Throughout the nurse practitioner program, you're already a nurse, and you're a devoted nurse and you don't want to just quit. And that was another thing I specifically picked this program, was because I was able to look at the curriculum and know that I could work. I even asked a couple of the professors, one being Dr. Hopla, before I started the program, and even she told me, yes, you can still work while you do this. And I did. I worked 40 hours a week, 5 days a week. Sometimes it had to be six days a week to get my 40 hours in, and I still did the nurse practitioner program. It wasn't easy, but nothing worth having is easy. Which the benefit of having classmates and professors that were both working and studying is, we would get worked up and worried about how would we ever do this. And then they would say, well, I can work these 2 12-hour shifts on the weekends and then have the week to study. Or a professor may say, well, you can get creative with your hours here. So you can tell that they've done this, that you can tell that they've gotten creative with their time as well. And then all of a sudden it doesn't feel like such a daunting task because, again, you gain wisdom from their experience.
Choosing a college isn't easy. There are lots of choices to make and so many variables to consider. How do you know when you've found just the right place? The right college will make you feel at home, and that begins with a sense of place. At Francis Marion University, we have a beautiful campus that's safe, well-maintained, and filled with smiling faces. It's the kind of place where you feel you belong, where you wake up in the morning and know that the day ahead will be one you'll savor and enjoy. Now, that doesn't mean life at FMU is easy. There will be challenges. Hard work is expected. We take our academics seriously. You should too. Earning one of our degrees is a real achievement. But some toil, some time invested in a difficult task, that's okay. That's how you grow, how you become someone. FMU is a comprehensive public university, and when it comes to academics, our students have a wide range of choices. We offer more than 75 majors and courses of study. Our professional schools in healthcare, engineering, business, and education are all well-known and respected across the state. At the same time, the arts and the sciences remain the core of what we do. They are the perfect foundation for a successful career and a meaningful life. Programs are important, and we'll continue to work to produce new curriculum that meets the needs of our changing world. But we also know that a great education is less about what is taught and more about who is doing the teaching. FMU's faculty is made up of distinguished scholars and renowned researchers. They're experts in their field and expert teachers too. They love the give and take of the classroom and revel in the progress their students make. In FMU's intimate academic environment, where small classes are the norm, you'll get to know a lot of these dedicated men and women. Some you will remember forever. The academic work and its rewards are why you are here. But there will be a time and place for play, too. We have more than 60 different student organizations and field teams in 14 NCAA sports. A robust schedule of extracurriculars is a big part of each semester. You'll find space here for rest and relaxation. You'll make new friends and build relationships that last a lifetime. And then, almost as quickly as it all began, it will be over. You will graduate and move on to a life and career full of promise. You'll leave memories behind. You'll leave FMU, but you'll be welcome back anytime. Home is like that, Welcome home. Welcome to FMU.
Back here on the campus of Francis Marion University, we're just a couple of minutes away from second half basketball action. The Patriots with an 8-point lead at halftime. 42-34 is our score. Let's see how we got there. Pembroke got there 34 points on 12 of 27 from the floor. That's 44%. They were 4 of 14 from beyond the arc, 29%, and 6 of 9 from the free throw stripe. They did have 6 assists on those 12 field goals. They had 8 turnovers, 5 steals, and 2 blocked shots. 11 rebounds for the Braves, and 4 of those were offensive. The leading scorer for the Braves, they had a lot of people right in that 3, 4, 5, 6 mark. So if you look at Marion with 5, Levi Spencer with 6, 4 for McIntyre, 3 for Ratliff, 6 for Terrell Kirk, 2 for Waverly, 3 for Dunlop, and 5 for Gallen. So they spread the scoring all over the place for that Brave squad. The Patriots now, they got their 42 points on 14 of 26 from the floor. That's 54%, a great shooting percentage for them. They were 4 of 8 for downtown, 50%, and 10 of 12 from the free throw line. All of those things are spectacular numbers from a percentage standpoint. They had 8 assists on those 14 field goals. They did have 11 turnovers, however, 5 steals, no blocked shots. Leading all scorers by a huge margin is Tion Rollins with 19 points. He was 4 of 6 from beyond the arc, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and hit a couple of other baskets as well to give him 19 points. 8 points for Nick Silva on 4 of 9 from the floor. 2 points for Jonah Pierce, 1 point for Benitez, 4 for Lee and Robinson, and Yebga giving us 42 points. 15 rebounds for the Patriots, 5 of which were offensive. Points in the paint were about equal. Braves 16, Patriots 18. Second chance points, 7 for the Braves, 5 for the Patriots. Fast break points, 5 for the Braves, 7 for the Patriots. And bench scoring, a little edge goes to UNC Pembroke, 10-8. So we are just a couple of seconds now, a little over a half a minute to this second half action. So for the Patriots standpoint, they did shoot awfully well in that first period, but a lot of that, or the first quarter, a lot of that also had to do with good ball movement, good drive. The Braves defense is awfully stout. So the Patriots did a really good job of finding and getting good baskets against that really extended, fast, quick hands defense. And we'll see if they can keep that up in the second half. Patriots, from the defensive perspective, started out stealing the ball quite a little bit. Then the Braves kind of settled in, but the Patriots have been doing a good job of stopping the drive and making them pass the ball around, and their outside shots aren't really going down at a good clip right now, only shooting 29% from beyond the three-point line. So we've got 20 big minutes of basketball coming up for the Patriots. Again, the Braves are 13-1 in the conference. The Patriots are 5-8, but really not that far away from Belmont Abbey, which is 6th in the conference. So if the Patriots could win a couple of ball games here over the next couple of games, which happen to be at home, then we could be right back in the hunt for possible postseason action, maybe going up against this UNC Pembroke team once again. But before any of that can be talked about, this game has to be played, and although the Patriots had a really wonderful first half of play, they've got to keep that up this second half, and here we go. McIntyre has it between the circles for the Braves and Ratliff now. Patriots once again out in some extended man-to-man defense. Ratliff too strong. Ball's off the iron. Benitez. Fast. Rollins for 3. Off the iron, no good. Matthew Lee was getting back on defense. I'm glad he was. If he had gone after it, he might have gotten it, but I'd rather have the transition defense there. Good pick outside by Levi. And finish by the Braves. Rollins leading all scorers. Missed his first three-point attempt. Pierce has it, top of the key. He works on Spencer Levi. Into Silva. Silva gets it. He did a nice shoulder fake and shed the defender, but didn't come back to the rim. Ratliff gets it. And Ratliff can't get it to go down, but the Braves couldn't get it to go down either. So a couple of missed opportunities. And then Benitez threw the ball into the stands. So I think everybody needs to take a little bit of a deep breath here, a deep knee bend, because it has been some ugly ball the last 2.5 possessions. So the Braves have it. Walk into their offense. Marion spins on Silva, gets easily around him and scores easily.
That's by number 4, Dion Becker.
Patriots lead, cut to 4. Benitez now. Gets it to Rollins. Rollins work on Ratliff. Silva now. Silva drives in, spins, comes back outside. He sets the high screen. 6 on the shot clock. Benitez stops, goes, kicks it outside. And Lee couldn't get the mid-range jumper to fall on the left baseline. Streaking down is Kirk, but good defense that time by the Patriots in transition. It'll stay with Pembroke. Asante Turner is going to check in.
Number 13.
And they're going to give Benitez and Matthew Lee a little rest as number 3, Jaleel Robinson, checks back in as well. Over the top they go to Levi, who gets a pump up, and he gets the hoop and the harm. And they're going to call that on
Number 1,
Tion Rollins. So Spencer Levi will go to the line. He will get 1 and the bonus. I'm sorry, not 1 of the bonus. He will get the bonus. And he buries it. So just over 2 minutes gone here in the second half, and it's a nightmare start for the Patriots. Rollins gets it to the free throw line and buries it. And so he stops the bleeding and gets the Patriots off the schneid here in the second half. That's got Coach Edwards up off the bench. He wants to, after that made basket, kind of discuss what they want to do. It also takes us to our first media timeout. So the Patriots up by 3 with 17:43 to go in the ball game. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Back here at the Smith Center. A couple of offensive possessions for the Patriots there kind of unraveled. They were in good positions, had made good ball fakes, good head fakes, and got the Braves players out of position or in the air and had turned their back to the play and didn't see how they cleared the defense out, ended up turning easy baskets into turnovers or harder attempts later on into the shot clock. So unfortunately for the Patriots, they missed a couple of good opportunities, whereas the Braves didn't miss any opportunities in the last minute and a half. And they have a chance to tie it up. They're going to call a blocking foul on number 3, which is Jaleel Robinson. They're going to give him an and 1. So I hope Jalil is okay. It sure did look like to me that he was planted outside of the circle. So Coach Edwards is satisfied with the explanation. So Coach Edwards and Coach Richards are having a little discussion about it. So Jalil is up, and he's hobbling off the side here. And UNC Pembroke can tie the ball game up here. And I see Jalil going on the other side of the gym. It doesn't look like he's putting any weight on that ankle right now. So we hope that it's not serious over there. Terrell Kirk is going to shoot free throws for the Braves right now. And he knocks it down. So we have a brand new ball game with 17:29 to go in the second half here. Patriots had an 8-point lead just a couple of minutes ago. High screen by Pierce. Rollins kicks it out to Silva. Silva drives to the free throw line, turns around, gets it to Lee. 10 on the shot clock. Silva goes to the baseline, spins inside, turn around, off the iron, no good. Tipped out by Pierce. But the Patriots couldn't corral it. And looks like they're going to call a charge. I would have bet money that call was coming at some point here. So that particular foul was on number 4, Deion Marion. Benitez has it. Rollins now. Gets it back down low to Benitez, who drives inside, goes up strong. He gets fouled on the arm. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Nice drive. Looks like that foul is going to be on Terrell Kirk, I believe. I'm not sure if they called it out yet. Benitez rattles the first one home.
Substitution, number 10.
Oh, no, they're going to call that one on Terrell McIntyre, his second personal foul, team's second. And Benitez has an opportunity to shoot another one. Front iron, no good. Rebound goes to Marion. Kirk has it. Kirk goes inside, kicks it out. And another charge as Silva just sat down in there.
That was on the Braves, number 12, Terrell Kirk, offensive foul.
So back-to-back charging fouls by the Braves. Give the Patriots an opportunity to extend the lead if they can. Benitez deep on the right wing. Silva, top of the key, gets the high screen. They switch. Now he works on Spencer Levi. And now they're going to call an offensive foul on Silva for clearing out with the elbow.
That was on the Patriots, number 34, Nick Silva, offensive foul.
The officials are certainly asserting themselves in this second half of play. Their presence is being felt acutely. Ratliff pump fakes. He's got a mismatch. He drives inside, and nice block that time by Pierce. Rollins comes out on the floor. He crosses over on Ratliff, gets it to the right elbow, elevates and buries it. So Rollins They're going to call another foul inside. This one's on Silva once again. It'll be his third.
Number 34, Nick Silva. Timeout on the floor. Media.
That's going to take us to another media timeout. The Patriots have just committed their fourth team foul with 15:31 to go in the ball game, so we'll keep an eye on that. Don't want the Braves to be able to get points for free. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network. Back here on the campus of Francis Marion University, coming out of the timeout. 15:31 to go in the ball game. Patriots up by 3, had an 8-point halftime lead, and the Braves stormed out of the locker room and tied the ball game up. They do have possession right now. Waverly will inbound the ball underneath his own basket. They go over the top. Kirk backs it up. 20 on the shot clock. Waverly now works on Lee. A little brush screen between the circles. Marion lost the ball. And there has to be, I thought there was either going to be a jump ball or a travel. We're going to see number 35, Nate Dunlop, check back in. Good defense by the Patriots. That got the Braves fans who have traveled in droves down here to watch this ball game upset. And with 20 on the shot clock, Benitez gets it over to Rollins. Rollins pump fakes a 3 and then gets called for a 5-second violation. Oh, no, we're going to see Pierce called with the personal foul. That's his third personal foul. Holding 20 feet away from the basket. Another mistake. He's had 2 cheap fouls this evening. And he's been doing a great job underneath, both on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. Ratliff gets it over to Kirk, back to Dunlop. He goes up strong, gets the ball blocked out of bounds. And that one was by Pierce. Kirk over to Waverly. Deep 3 right side. Off the iron, no good. Ball kept alive. Rollins comes away with it. Patriots do have numbers. And Yegba goes up strong and finishes. Nice body control inside. Levi gets it in. And with those 3 personal fouls, Pierce had to stay back. But again, after the nice basket, the transition defense for the Patriots a little bit lacking. And UNC comes down and scores easily off the made basket. Rollins deep on the left wing. He'll pull the trigger. He goes baseline. Kicks it outside. Benitez with 5 on the shot clock. Spins inside. Tried to dish it off to Pierce. Got a little bit too deep. And didn't get the ball up. An up and under. And then the Patriots did not get the rebound. And second chance points go to the Braves. A lot of the Braves fans were cheering about that shot. It wasn't a good shot. The Patriots just did not get the offensive rebound, and then it was an easy putback for Terrell Kirk after he got his own. They're going to call that one on.
Fouls on the Braves, number 10.
That's going to be on number 10, Waverly. A lot of fouls this evening being called away from the ball. A lot of holds, a lot of body, a lot of blocking fouls. Tight full court. Rollins from the right side baseline, just inside the three-point line, but he buries it anyway. He's got 20 points. Dunlap kicks it back outside. Waverly over to no good. Patriots have numbers. It's 2-on-1.
Number 4, Jose Benitez.
A lot of body contact, but still made by Benitez. Backup jump shot, no good. Kirk couldn't get it down. Benitez gets the rebound. Rollins has it between the circles. He's looking for a high screen. Yegba sets the screen. Rollins drives in hard, kicks it outside, wide open for Benitez. Shotzi, he knocks it down. And Rollins and Benitez played that one beautifully with a nice high screen by Yegba. And that got head coach Drew Richards off the pine. He calls a timeout as the Patriots pull back to an 8-point lead. And that's also going to take us to another media timeout with 11:57 to go in this ball game. Patriots are up by 8. 56-48 is our score. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The Swamp Fox Club is the fundraising arm of the Francis Marion University Athletic Department, and it supplies assistance to all 14 intercollegiate sports. On behalf of the student athletes at Francis Marion, I would like to thank all those who are members of the Swamp Fox Club for their support.
Thank you.
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 Here we are back at the Smith Center where the Patriots have regained that 8-point lead. 11:57 to go in the ball game. Waverly has it. Benitez playing tight defense on him. 17 on the shot clock. Ratliff has it. He gets it in to Levi. Yegba stops his progress. He tries to go up and under and finally gets a shot off. And some tough play inside. And finally they call a foul on Spencer Levi. Missed a couple of shots in there, unfortunately. He was playing so hard, just couldn't get any of those shots to go down. The Patriots couldn't quite clear it, and finally there was a foul over the back by Levi. That's going to be his third personal foul. Both teams have 5 at the 11:25 mark. Rollins thought about a 3, didn't pull the trigger though. Pretty good close down by Waverly. Inside, Pierce has it. He spins up with the right hand. And I'm not sure exactly what type of shot that was. It looked like he was in perfect position to probably throw one down and missed the shot. Waverly with a floater and it goes in.
Number 10, Javante Waverly.
Rollins now gets it to Benitez. High screen by Yegba. Rollins gets another screen by Yegba. Packs it up, takes the three, rattles around, no good. Yegba gets the rebound. He pump faked, and then he came out. Very smart play by that young man. And Benitez takes it to the elbow and buries it from 14 feet. Give huge amounts of credit for Johann Steve Yegba for not trying to force that one, pulling it up and getting a much better shot. Well, the foul away from the basket here. It will be on Yegba.
Foul on the Patriots, number 30, Johann Steve Yegba.
That'll be his third personal foul. The team's sixth.
Substitution for the Braves.
We're going to see Waverly and Kirk check in for the Braves. Kirk on the right elbow. He's backing up. He gets the ball. Patriots close down. Matthew Lee. Now Waverly. Waverly gets it into the lane. The ball's bounced away. Goes up strong with the left hand. Hits the deck. And Pierce travels. Good transition defense by the Braves that time. Got right up underneath Pierce and made him stutter step as he was trying to receive that fast break pass. The Thunder would have come down if he could have controlled that one properly. But instead it's a turnover back to the Braves. Under 10 to go. Kirk has it, gets the screen. Skip pass over to Waverly. Patriots shut that down inside. Now a nice kick out, no good, back iron rim, and the Braves come away with it. The Patriots can't corral that glass, and again an offensive rebound, but the Braves step out of bounds, and it will go. So great hustle on the offensive glass by UNC Pembroke. They couldn't get a basket to go down, and the Patriots were very fortunate that one of the Braves stepped out of bounds on that fourth offensive rebound opportunity. Yegba, high screen. Asante has it down on the short corner. Kicks it back outside. Matthew Lee stutter steps, kicks it back outside, and he travels. So the Patriots with another turnover. Turner gets into Kirk's grill a little bit there. Pops back out. Waverly, three-point left side. Back iron, no good. And more offensive rebounds. That's not the Patriots' fault. That was just a back iron long rebound. Another. Patriots just cannot get a defensive rebound easily right now. And I'm not sure what's happening on this clear here. Maybe one of the Braves is going to the line. I guess somebody's going to the line to shoot 1-and-1 because there wasn't a shot going up. The Patriots really have to figure out how to put a body on a body and start to get these defensive rebounds here. They're going to call the foul, I believe, on Asante Turner. He'll come out of the ball game, and Silva will check back in. Silva with 3 fouls. Silva has not really been able to get involved in this game like he normally would. A lot of fouls, some altercations. And that ball rattles around and goes in. So Rollins checks in, and Benitez will get a little bit of a breather. And Ratliff back to the line to shoot the bonus. He's an 80% free throw shooter, so not one that you want to put on the line for the Braves. Pierce deep on the left side, goes inside. Silva puts it on the floor, goes around, spins off the back iron with the right hand. And again, Silva's had a couple of those shots today. He just is a little bit out of composure. How about a 3-second call? There's a travel. There was a 3 seconds somewhere in there. And no call by the officials. And so the Patriots lead is cut to 4. Rollins steps up for 3. Back iron, no good. And Kirk comes away with it. He works on Rollins. And the hoop and the harm.
For the basket. Foul for the Patriots, number 1, T.I. Rollins.
So a big play that time for the Braves as Rollins misses the 3 and then gets called for the foul on the fast break. That's going to take us to another media timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
The world is changing, and Francis Marion University is leading the way as it prepares the young men and women for the future. We've added 5 new classroom buildings and 13 new academic programs in the past 6 years, and more are on the way. We're preparing to build a new environmental research center. We're expanding programs in engineering, business, education, healthcare, and the arts and sciences, and we're adding new fields when they're needed. When tomorrow comes, we'll be ready. Best of all, our students will too.
With 7 minutes, 51 seconds to go, the Patriots are up by 2. But number 12, Terrell Kirk, has an opportunity to cut that to 1 after he was fouled on the fast break by Rollins. I hope the Patriots can keep a little bit better composure than I am. Things are starting to unravel a little bit. So I don't know what the delay is. They're getting some moisture off the floor. Kirk, an 87% free throw shooter. Very good. Has an opportunity to pull
At the line with the Braves, number 12, Terrell.
their deficit to 1. No matter what happens, Patriots need to figure out how to work this defensive glass, and they need a good offensive possession right here. The Braves are going to apply a little bit more than token pressure. Full court. High screen. Rollins for 3. Shotsy, he knocks it down. And anytime the Patriots have needed something to happen, they've gone to Tion Rollins, and he has really come through tonight. Kirk gets it over Ratliff, pump fakes, goes inside, skips it out. And a three-point opportunity buried by Terrell Kirk. Benitez now, so a huge answer by Kirk on the other side. Good defense that time by the Patriots as well. Benitez has not been able to find Pierce on the pick and roll. 7 on the shot clock here. Rollins backs up, takes the weird 3, in and out, no good, and Pierce comes away with the rebound. He kicks it outside. Silva for 3, and that one wasn't even close. So Marion now, opportunity to give the lead to, and again, an offensive rebound opportunity, and that one was blocked away by Pierce. And then we're going to have a travel by Ratliff. So the Patriots come through on the defensive end, even though they still couldn't corral the defensive rebound there. It took a turnover after an offensive rebound for the Patriots to get possession. Matthew Lee has it now. Benitez has it. The point. Gets it over to Rollins. Matthew Lee once again. Pierce. Pierce gave it away to Kirk. And then Kirk gets called for the foul.
Terrell Kirk.
That's going to be his third personal foul. And Pierce again with a little bit of a nonchalant pass that time. Almost cost the Patriots that possession, but they come away with it. We have a reset on the 22nd shot. Benitez gets it into Pierce. Once again, we're ready to go. Rollins. Matthew Lee. Benitez to Silva. Silva goes up strong and gets the ball blocked away. Gets it blocked again, so Silva twice. Now he gets it up to McIntyre, knocked away. Spencer Levi has it now. And the ball is stolen again. Once again, Jonah Pierce has it. He spins and goes up strong with the hoop. And the Patriots now up by 3. The crowds of both fan bases are going nuts. And we have 5 exciting more minutes to go. A three-pointer no good. And the Patriots are fighting for it and finally come away with a loose ball. I wouldn't technically call that a rebound, but great effort being showed by both these squads. Both the Patriots and the Braves went diving after that ball. This is what you would expect from this I-95 rivalry. Both teams are selling out. This isn't the first time I've seen this happen. I've watched many games here and up at UNC Pembroke, and always enjoy when these two teams get together. High levels of intensity. Benitez. He works on McIntyre. Gets it to the elbow. Elevates, front iron, no good. The Braves have numbers. Kirk has it. Patriots trying to. And Jonas missed the steal. And it was an easy flush by Levi. And Coach Edwards is going to call a timeout. So he got across the timeline and called a timeout. It actually should have been a foul before the timeout was called because he was absolutely molested by Trenton McIntyre, but they get the timeout, and Coach Edwards is going to talk about this offensive possession when we come back. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go in this ball game. This is the Patriots Sports Network. 4 minutes, 11 seconds to go in this ball game. 63-62 is our score. Patriots have possession. They'll inbound the ball right in front of Coach Edwards. On the floor for the Patriots, we've got Silva, Yegba, Benitez, Rollins, and Matthew Lee. Benitez has it. Back to Silva. He pump faked a three, pulled it back. High screen by Yegba. Silva drives down. Spins inside, turn around, and he does. And so they call travel on Silva. So Kirk. He works on Matthew Lee, crosses over, gets into the paint, elevates from 8 feet and buries it. And now the Braves have a 1-point lead. 3.5 minutes to go. Benitez has it. Matthew Lee, he goes baseline. It gets poked around by Kirk and then knocked out of bounds by Ratliff. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Patriots will inbound the ball from the front of the cheerleader formation. Spencer Levi is helping wipe up some moisture. Now they've got a mop out there, making sure the footing is good. So 15 seconds on the shot clock, 3:25 on the game clock. Patriots down by 1, and we are about to get ready to go here. And you're looking at a championship level squad, and shots a three-pointer by Tion Rollins, and the Patriots back up by 2. So Rollins just continues to score and bail the Patriots out of tough situations. Kirk drives inside, goes up hard with the right hand and knocks down a floater. And Rollins picks up the high screen. Spencer Levi's on him. He gets it outside, almost throws it away. And Benitez gets the ball packed by Spencer Levi. And again, the Patriots have trouble on the defensive glass. It looked like a travel in there as number 4 drove Deion Marion. Took a bunch of hop steps in there. He got the ball up on the glass, and Spencer Levi came down with the offensive rebound. That has absolutely killed the Patriots here in the second half. And he has an opportunity to give UNC Pembroke a 2-point lead. He's a good free throw shooter. The first one goes off the front rim, however.
Substitution for the Patriots, number 15, Jonah Pierce.
Yegba is going to go to the bench. We're going to see Jonah Pierce back in. So we'll have Pierce, Rollins, Benitez, Lee, and Silva on the floor. Second free throw is up and good. And so, once again, a 1-point lead for the Braves. Rollins trotting the ball down the court. High screen by Pierce. He backs it up. Silva thought about a three. He kicks it back outside. High screen. And Rollins drives in. Benitez goes to the baseline and comes back out. Under 10 on the shot clock. Benitez has to figure something out. He gets it to Silva. Silva stops at the free throw line, elevates, rattles around, no good. And the Patriots can't get the offensive glass. Ratliff comes up. That ball stayed up on the rim a long time, just wouldn't go down for Silva. Good defense being played by the Braves the last couple of possessions, really harrying the Patriots. Kirk crossing over, gets back into the lane again, kicks outside, under 10. Ratliff loses the ball out of bounds. They called the ball out on the Patriots, and that's got people going absolutely insane because Ratliff scooped it out of bounds, and they're calling, and Ratliff takes a three, and once again, a defensive rebound. Kirk for three, and he buries it. And so now a 4-point lead for the Braves. And the fans are still really upset about the call. And they do finally call a foul on the Braves there.
Number 11, Jordan Ratliff.
That's going to be on Ratliff.
At the line for the Patriots.
So Rollins is going to shoot a 1-and-1 with 1:14 to go in this ball game. Rollins puts it off the back iron, no good, and so the Braves have a 4-point lead with a minute to go and 9 seconds in this ball game. Rollins has played his heart out tonight.
1 minute.
Kirk gets inside and finishes. And Rollins, he'll probably try to set himself up for three. He does a backup. He gets double teamed and finally gets fouled.
Fouls on the Braves, number 12, Terrell Kirk.
The Patriots have done a great job this evening. Just got blown off the defensive glass here in the last 10 minutes of the ball game, and that's really been the difference. Second chance points, we'll look at those after the game possibly, but that has really, really haunted the Patriots in this half. They out-rebounded Pembroke significantly in the first half and then have just been crushed on the defensive glass in this second half. So Rollins, who missed the front end of the 1-on-1 last time, I don't want to harp too much on that because the young man has absolutely played lights out, misses the front end of this one as well. Both of them were straight on, just back ironed. We've got 40 seconds to go. 16 on the shot clock, 15 to go. Coach Edwards says don't foul. Let's try to get a defensive stop. Lee almost got the steal. Ball's on the deck. And nice defensive try that time by the Patriots. They just could not quite get that ball, and the Braves, rightfully so, are celebrating this because I think with about 22.9 seconds, we're looking at a tough comeback for the Patriots in such a small amount of time. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the Patriots Sports Network.
This is Conference Carolinas.
Here we are back at the Smith Center. The Patriots put up a valiant effort. They still have 22, almost 23 seconds to go. One of the most curious calls of the night, which has been a night of very curious calls, which is interesting because it is official appreciation night tonight. But from 45 people's perspective who are right on there, Ratliff kicked the ball out of bounds and they called a deflection off the Patriots which is one of those phantom deflections, and I'm usually not harping on a call, but that actually had a huge, huge impact on what was going on in this ball game. At the time, it was called or miscalled. Very fascinating. But I will say the Braves are a championship caliber team, no doubt about it. They're a fantastic squad, and they just knew what it took to win. And the Patriots, I'll give them all kinds of credit. They played with a lot of heart tonight in a team that has just been steamrolling people. They took every single blow for blow, and we're in this game until the end. And so we have a little floater that doesn't go, and Ratliff comes away with it. And they're going to call a foul on Silva with 11.3 seconds to go. And Silva will pick up his fourth foul.
At the line of the Braves, number 11.
And Jordan Ratliff will go, and he'll be able to get a couple of points here at the end of the ball game. And they might win this ball game by 10 points, but I think everybody in the stadium, and especially head coach Drew Richards, knows that it was much, much closer than this 10-point or possible 10-point differential showed. Second free throw's up and good. And Rollins now, hopefully that young man can get another basket and just put some more points to his stats. He kicks it outside. Benitez for three, and it doesn't go down. Jonas can't get it to go either. And the Braves come away with another big victory. That's going to send them to 17-1 on the season. The Patriots are going to drop to 7-9 on the season. It's going to hurt them even worse in the Peach Belt Conference. They'll be 5-9, 14-1 for the Braves. Really fun basketball game to watch all the way till the last minute and a half of the ball game. The Patriots were really in it.
And then the men to be back in action on January 31st, Monday afternoon, 4 p.m.
So, like I said, the Patriots are going to fall to 7-9. It's also going to take them to 5-9 in the Peach Belt Conference. UNC Pembroke, they're just a steamroller right now. They're 17-1. They're 14-1 in the conference. I know they won tonight by 10 points, even though it is much, much closer than that 10-point deficit that the Patriots lost by. Turning point call right down here to my left actually really impacted the game, and you hate it when the officials have that much of an impact on the game, but it happens from time to time. The Patriots avail themselves well. Let's quickly go through the statistics and see how we got here. Pembroke got their 76 points on 28 of 65 from the floor. That's 43 points, 43%. 6 of 24 from beyond the arc, only 25%, 14 of 18 from the charity stripe. They had 11 assists on those 28 field goals. They also had 14 turnovers, 9 steals, and 4 blocks. Leading scorer, leading the way, was Tyrell Kirk with 30 points, a big, big night for him, and a lot of those coming in the second half, 14 points for Spencer Levi. Let's take a look at those Patriots now. We had 66 points. We got those on 24 of 53 from the floor. That's 45% from the floor. 7 of 17 from beyond the arc, 42%, and 11 of 16 from the free throw line, 68%. So those percentages came down in the second half, mainly in the stoppage or the garbage time here at the end. We missed a few shots. Leading scorers were Tion Rollins with 26 points, 14 points for Jose Benitez. We did have 16 assists, 21 big turnovers, 7 steals, and 4 block shots. The big number here, though, was the rebounding differential. It was 29 for the Patriots, 39 for Pembroke, and this is after we had out-rebounded them by 7 in the first half. So they out-rebounded us by 17 boards in the second half. 16 offensive rebounds for UNC Pembroke. They got 18 second chance points to the Patriots, 7 second chance points, and that was the margin of the ball game right there. So the Patriots just could not get their defensive glass under control in the second half, especially the last 10 minutes of the ball game. And so many second chance opportunities for this fantastic Pembroke team. We just didn't have the ability to come back from those things. But there's a lot to build on. The Patriots looked really good tonight. Tion Rollins looked absolutely spectacular tonight. We'll see if we can't get back on the winning track this Saturday we'll have another doubleheader against Erskine starting at 2 o'clock with the women's game. The men is slated for 4, but it should be around 4 or 4:30, depending on when the women's game is over. So, once again, we'd like to thank you for joining us here for Conference Carolinas Basketball Network. For all of the cast and the crew members, I'm Hubert Setzler. I'd like to say good night. This is the Patriots Sports Network.